Insert wave here.
Now, I've turned the audio on. Let's see if people can hear us.
Something, gravy, Greg's.
Mr. Dwarf Warrior 25. Now, can you hear me okay? La 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 la.
Sadly, yes.
Wonderful. Hannah, you were the quiet one last week for some reason. Not to me, but only to the stream. Can you say a lovely sentence about dice?
I make dice. They are passable. They're not perfect, but I'm trying.
It's almost like
Now, any good?
they're waiting for you to help them, and they'll then roll well for you.
Sounds perfect. Cool. Steve, Jamie, have a little conversation.
Hi, Jamie. How are you?
I'm not too bad, my guy.
Good, good. And that figure you've got for your thing, where did you get that from?
This is a megalith from Warmer Hordes.
Oh, no, nice.
Cool. We're ready to go. So, if you are watching, welcome to
Jamie in the face.
My lovely channel. It's called Heavyweight Gaming. I do lots of geeky stuff with lots of friends, and we do lots of geeky stuff together. It's all for fun, socialising, so the plague doesn't take us all in our sleeps. We started a campaign because we're bored and we want to play Dungeons and Dragons. The campaign is called Black Sunlight. As you can see, this wonderful graphic that I did all by myself and didn't get something else to make for me on the internet. They are playing their second session in the campaign. They are all level 3. You will notice in the background I have 3 children and the wife, who will not be named for legal reasons, walking past me every now and then. I have my first sponsor, which is kind of cheating because he's one of my best mates. But if you notice in the bottom right hand corner, you can see Roughworks Creative. If you go looking for him on Facebook, he does some absolutely stunning woodwork for dice trays and stuff like this. So yeah, have a look. When Hannah gets her dice stuff sorted, she can sponsor us as well.
Fuck us up.
I don't have any money. I'd love to, but I don't have money.
Right. So yeah, so check him out. And if you want to follow us on anything, if you're watching us on whatever, thank you very much. And you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and we have a Patreon page. All pennies made go towards these lovely little Black Sunlight things and making more content and blah blah blah. We also have a monthly magazine called Arcane Script, which if you follow the Heavyweight Gaming Patreon, you can find it, and it is all compatible with the Dungeons and Dragons 5e rule system. Woo! Anyway, enough for me plugging.
I heard that's a good system.
It's hopefully we'll see how it goes. So on with the game. A recap from session 1 last week. They all came together. We have the lovely Roberto playing Rozag, Steve playing Flabbergast, Hannah playing Venver. How are you saying your name, Hannah? Venver. And Abraxas.
Nailed it.
Played by Jamie. They've all come together in the town of Cruel. They all agreed to do a bit of adventuring together to earn a couple of coin. One of them is more keen, and apparently there's contracts, but we'll let the players deal with that. They potted around the town of Cruel, an adventuring town in the middle of Heroes' Rome. Heroes' Rome is the death zone that a massive catastrophic war happened many moons ago, and they are looking for work. Whilst in there, they went to the Tommy Wasp. Now you may be familiar with a tavern that shares a similar name, and they took on a job. They're going to go to the Tower of Light, which is a tower out in the woodland of Heroes' Rome, and it is made of dark stone. There is another tower nearby of darker stone. They have been warned away from it, but the goblin, Mr. Rozag, is pretty keen on looking in the stay away from the Death Tower. So we'll see how
going to the
that goes.
towers.
And they camped out, got into a bit of a bandit fight. Some of them helped the fight, some of them hindered the fight, but all in all, they survived. You all had a long rest. It is the morning after, and you reckon you'll make it to the towers this evening, or at least late afternoon, if you have nothing interfering with yourselves. And away.
Do we name our horse yet?
Nope. And you're in.
So, we finished looting the bandits. We loaded up all the weaponry into the back of the van, as it were.
Back of the van.
Nice.
Right. Morning.
I've claimed all of the arrows. Thanks.
Did we have a short rest at the end of the last session?
You've had a long rest.
Long rest. It's morning, is it?
Yes.
Correct.
Bangarang. Right. Should we get back on the road then, guys?
Well, there's no point hanging around
Let's go do
here.
it.
The Warforged nods.
Anyone recognise these bandits? Anything look familiar on them?
Give me an
Not
investigation
very
check, Rozak.
That's a 2 plus something.
There's
So glad you did
nothing jumps out at you. Just look like people wrapped up in banditry.
Any of you
clothing.
lot recognise them skulking around town? Any? See them?
Hang on, I have a quick look, see if anything's in them. Hey, I'm going to go and have a look at them.
Okay.
Best
I will join you.
character ever.
So, smooth there, Rozak. I failed my dice roll. Does anyone else want attempt a dice roll? That's all I heard. I'm just saying.
It's okay, AD, because if it helps, I rolled the same as Rob and got
Did you roll with advantage though?
You roll with advantage because apparently the half elf is going to help you.
I mean, that is definitely different. I got a 2, but it's got a 0 after it. I think that's better.
Hell yeah! Helpful.
And I get a +5 for investigation, so that's 25.
Cool.
Always pack a gnome, kids. Always pack a gnome.
So, as you kind of walk over to Rozak and you're looking at him and you see him looking down at the bandits. He's not moved any of the clothing, pulled down any of the masks. He's not looked under any of the. He's just stood staring at the bandits, shaking his head. Never seen him before in my life. And then you just unfold the flap of where the robe is over the chest. And you see a 2-clawed strike on a piece of leather. So it's like a 2-clawed stamp on a piece of leather just hanging under the cloak. And as you look at the rest of them,
That's right.
you notice that they've all got these little 2-clawed stamp like pendants. One's hanging on this robe's buckle, another one just behind the belt strap, another one on the forearm.
Does that symbol mean anything to me at all, Eddie?
Nothing at all, mate. Nothing you've seen before or recognise.
Think they're organised?
Twin Claws. Twin Claw Bandits. That's who they are.
Claw bandits?
Twin Claw Bandits.
Claw
Heard of
bandits.
the Twin Claw Bandits? There's
I have not, no.
Oh, they wear this twin claw mark like that.
Well, they're dead, so that's the important bit.
Oh, they're quite a big organisation. I bet there's some more out there.
Quite possibly, so we're
Interrupting
going to have an out for them.
Interrupted my damn nap.
They interrupted us all. Let's just leave it at that.
Wait,
What I said.
wait. Let's keep an eye out for these Twin Claw Bandits and go to the tower. The one tower, not the other tower.
Definitely just the one tower, the one tower
towers.
on right. Definitely,
tower.
no, one tower. Not
One
plural.
towers.
Tower.
No, tower.
We go to the tower, and then if we have, all goes well, and we check out the other tower from a distance.
A far distance.
No, just the
Far
one
enough.
tower.
Far enough distance that we can see Abraxas go up and open the door.
Just the
No.
one tower.
The Warforged gives you a bit of a look. Rightio! Vanveer, you drive.
I'll drive.
So,
Awesome.
You
I'm going for a nap.
you hit
I'll
the
jump
road.
in the back of the wagon, and I will nap.
As your goblin friend, after a full night's sleep, goes back to sleep, your wagon is being pulled through the thick forestry. You are able to manoeuvre it slightly, but it's getting to the point now where it's a bit of a slow drag on your time. while the ginger child makes noise in the background. It's all sound effects, isn't it, Sam? Wave, Sam.
So, AD,
Yep.
whilst Rawzag is trying to get some kit, there's this weird sort of eerie, screechy noise that just keeps happening just in his earshot as I constantly cast Precipitation to stop him going to sleep.
Rozag, you are unable to sleep.
It's pre 9 o'clock, so I can't call him what I want to call him.
We'll do an 18 version one weekend. So, as you're putting along, the track is not obvious, but you can see gaps in the woodland where you're able to steer your horse and cart. It doesn't take you too long to find a place come lunchtime to pull over and sort of get down, help yourselves to your rations and such. The sound is a lot different in this area of the forest, whereas before the animals, both air and land, were differing in behaviour. There is quite a lot of noise from the squirrels and other creatures that will run around in the foliage around you. Not so much in the the canopy of the trees above you is blocking out a fair amount of the light. Not enough to make it dark under here, just that the sun can't beam through. But you're still very aware that it's daylight.
Any small rodents or small birds of a gamey dinner variety?
Please cook it first. Please cook it first.
Give me a perception check.
So for 16.
16, yeah, you can see a couple of gamey stuff.
I Eldritch Blast one of them.
Give me a attack roll.
If he misses, boom, son. That is a plus charisma. That is a 23. Oh.
So roll for initiative, yeah?
You hit. You manage to fire your. There's a noise in your ear. You pop up and just see something skitter across behind the wagon. And boom! Fire off an eldritch blast into the shrubbery. There is a small, tiny thud and a scuffling of leaves and mud and twigs and stuff along the floor as whatever you've hit has skidded across the.
I will scurry into the hedges. I will grab whatever it is and see if it's suitable for look.
You have hit what looks to be a large rabbit hare creature with a small horn, about a centimetre of bone horn sticking out of its forehead.
Is it delicious?
It's alright if you just munch straight into it.
Better than rations.
Oh,
Yeah, it's alright. It's very warm. Like as soon as the blood touches your tongue, it's like a lukewarm cup of tea made out of rabbit demon blood. But you know, it's got a very acidic.
Tasty demon rat.
Yeah, it's very acidic as you start swallowing it, but not in a bad way. It's just got that twang to it, and obviously the meat tastes like raw meat and fur. What a guy. So, as he's eating the rabbit, you've had your lunch, you pack up and carry on. About an hour past your lunch break, you can see every now and then when a bit of a breeze catches the canopy, you can see the top end of a dark grey stone built tower. And it is the most obvious, stereotypical, circular, straight up in the air tower. There's no weird and wonderful to it. It's just straight up with a coned point as per a roof, and it's just straight up in the air. There is a small window towards the top of it. You don't know how far away you are, but it's clearly some distance just from gauging, seeing the bits coming through the canopy. The stone that it seems to be made of is pretty dark, but with the sun hitting it, It could be just the way the light and the canopy are swaying to cause it to look a dark grey stone.
Seeing that, can we look and see if we can see the second tower?
Perception check.
Six.
You have a look around trying to catch the gap in the canopy. You can't see any more tower tips.
Is that the dark tower or the dark tower?
You have no idea.
See, but there was just
That's more to the party than
Where's
to.
that?
I'm here as well.
Why
where's
don't
Hey,
we
what you
carry
get,
on
Fez? We need to
further
get
That's Jamie.
Where's Jamie
and
gone?
then see if we can see any other towers on the way?
Where did
Whereas
he
right now
go?
we can just about see the one.
that's what I do.
Onwards,
Isn't it?
driver!
So you're just carrying on?
Yes.
Are
Cool.
you writing
You travel for
stuff?
another hour or
Are
so.
you writing the stuff?
You have to be quiet now, Ginge.
Okay.
You travel for another hour, and now you see further back in the distance, again as the canopy sways and the leaves pass, you can see the beginnings of the tip of another tower. You guess you're maybe an hour from the one that you saw before, and possibly 2 or 3 hours, give or take, to the second tower. And the stone on the second tower looks slightly lighter, but again it's 2 or 3 hours away. The sun's up, who knows?
Could I potentially know with a perception check?
You can give it a go.
I'm gonna assist.
With
Glad you're
Flabbergast
assisting, let's
pointing
just
up
say
at the
that.
sky, you try and spot with advantage.
24.
So what are you trying to attain? The colouring or the distance?
The colouring, please.
The closer one is a darker grey stone, and the further one away is a lighter grey stone.
Fantastic. Thank you. Let's go towards the lighter grey stone, not the dark stone.
All I'm saying is, I'm very glad you're driving the car, because if you're driving the car, we'll be over there already.
Sorry. Rushing me so hard.
Sneeze my camera over. Nailed it.
I'm good.
So you are.
Allergies in the woods.
You're just going to keep going.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. As you keep
Right,
going,
let's
there
go.
is
Flabbergast, you have
Rolls out.
another idea.
there is
Fish out. Who's got the job contract, the bit of parchment?
You have refused to give it anyone else because you said it.
Oh yeah, that's true. So out of this little leather satchel, I'll pull out the business documents. I'll find it, and I'll just refresh my memory in what it says specifically. We're here to do.
you are to go to the Tower of Light and eradicate the Cultists of Edu,
That's the badges.
or Edu.
Much ado.
Whilst we're travelling towards the other tower, I'm basically just chatting to him and playing my bagpipes and stuff, so he's not thinking about going to the other tower.
Cool.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
Well, wherever Rozag decides to go, it will be in a different direction to where the half-elf is driving the wagon. So let me know if the party splits. As you pottering on now, the sound of the animals fades to the point now that it's complete silence, and it's a very obvious change, almost like you're passing over a line of, like when you leave a noisy nightclub or something and step outside and the doors slam behind you and it just goes to that dull noise. This has gone completely
Sure.
silent.
A
You-
little bit curious of what's in the other tower. Flabbergast.
No, not.
I'm totally curious what's been in the other tower. We're in big and strong. I didn't know.
Can't be that bad, surely.
for once I
Oh, yeah,
actually
don't
agree
even
with
be there,
Flabbergast. Stop. We don't need to go there.
So,
Could be our retirement fund.
Could also be our funeral.
are you attempting funeral or are you moving on?
If we're all dead, there's no one to bury us, so there'll be no funeral.
I'm gonna continue on with the cart.
And session 3 will be a brand new party in the same tavern.
Bye.
So as you carry on, as you start veering more and more through the forestry, you get to a point where you reckon you're about an hour out from this light grey stone tower, and about an hour-ish, maybe less, straight to the east from the darker grey stone tower. You can no longer get the horse and cart through. It's come to a point now where there is just no visible way. The forestry is too thick. Even walking through it is going to take your efforts to pass through safely, at least. So you will have to abandon horse and cart an hour out from the light grey stone tower. Do you do such a thing?
The Warforged will,
Come on.
yeah, the Warforged will just get off the cart and begin heading
What's the
towards
hold
the
up? Why
tower.
have we stopped?
Brexis, I got a question for you.
It stops and turns around.
You're really big, and I'm really small. Can I sit on your shoulders?
It glares at you for a few moments before kneeling down and offering a vine wreathed arm.
Sweet. I'm going to climb on Brexis' shoulders.
Can I grab you the shoulder?
And he gets up before the goblin has a chance to come over.
God damn it.
Oh, this is gonna be bad. Right. I tie
While
up
we were in the back
horse
of
and
the-
cart, please.
While me and Abraxas from the back of the cart, I'll have attempted to draw the company logo on him again.
Okay, sleight of hand with disadvantage.
Oh boy, you
That's
best
a
hope he
nat
doesn't spot you.
20 and a 6. So that's a 9 in total.
So for the second time in a day or so, you notice the goblin with a almost redded quill that looks like, how best to describe fantasy Crayola, in his hand. And
Just a big fist grip
again,
crayon.
again, he's just got crayon in hand and he's coming towards you with a little bit of a concentration look in his eye, tongue sticking out. And he,
If he gets close enough, I'll just backhand it, like throw
and
a
he's
backhand at
about
him.
3 or 4 inch away from the back of where he attempted to draw on you outside the stables.
Yeah, I'll just backhand him if he gets too close without any word of warning.
Corporate branding. Get on board.
A large metal wooden viney fist or backhand, the hairy side of the hand, just gives you a little clip up the side of the head. Take 95 points of damage. No, so and now you get off the
Oh
cart
my
and
God,
you start making your way through the woods. Are you approaching the tower in a stealthy manner, or are you just hauling ass through?
I
I
would like to
reckon.
stealth, please.
I would also like to stealth.
It is travelling stealth, so you all roll, and the average will determine your score.
I look worryingly at Abraxas. Big guy, how quiet can you be?
That's a good question. I'm checking my character sheet.
Not very. So,
12.
Not particularly.
Myself?
12 for Rozag. Flabbergast. Okay.
Let's try that again, not W. 23.
A respectable 14.
And Via, you need to change that. We'll get your nickname.
Ben there.
Venver. Ven
I rolled a 23.
Christ.
23. So,
AD,
yep.
as a word of advice, if you think of Hannah's name, then there, but said German accent, mate. Venver!
Then there was 2.
Any Germans watching, we apologise.
We have no responsibility over here.
But that is quite an accurate way of saying her name. So, between Venver and Wuhi and Flabbergast, you... No. Okay. You managed to give each other enough tips following suit of Venver and Flabbergast, and you kind of all got... you all get into a position where you're moving from tree to tree, following each other's hand signals, and just moving quietly through. It will take you longer to get to the tower, but at least now you know you are going through in a quieter manner. Bearing in mind, it is pretty silent where you are now. You are just as aware of the silence as you are aware of your own stealthiness. You stealth for about an hour, which is how long it would have taken you if you'd have just walked there. You still reckon you've got about half an hour to go. Half an hour out from this tower, you can now see there is less and less trees about, and the trees that you start clinging to have a strange sulphuric smell to them, where the sap is just coming out on the trees, or you're standing on greenery but at the base of the trees and the thick roots. There is a very sulphuric tinge on the air, and just every now and then you get this waft coming in. You can see...
I
Go on.
cast Identify on the trees.
You can.
Sweet, I would like to do that, please.
You cast Identify as a ritual, or are you just casting it? If you cast it as a ritual, it'll take you 10 minutes, but you don't lose the spell slot. You'll obviously have to take it, and you will be out of stealth, but you won't use the spell slot. If you cast it as a spell, like just instantly, it's a spell slot.
I'll spell slot it, please.
Cool. Just going to bring up Identify a minute.
It's a tree.
No problemo. There's obviously some form of magical something to it.
Where's
Like,
Oberon with
trees don't just smell like sulfur.
Sulphurous trees, me? I don't know. It's not right. Something's amiss.
So,
It's
a couple of things you learn. It is a tree. It has conjuration magic cast upon it, and the flavour of that conjuration magic is fiendish.
okay. Good to know.
How much they paying us for this again?
Definitely not enough.
Didn't get Steve, I can't hear you at all, mate.
Yeah, it's alright, brothers. You've killed a dragon. There's no fear about it.
You're not grasping this whole push to talk thing, are we, yet, Flabbergast?
I heard what he said. He said, you've killed dragons. So, surely this is something you could easily take on.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
dragons aren't,
Flabbergast, I got you.
dragons aren't fiends, though, are they? Dragons are big and bleeding obvious.
So what are you doing, kids?
Let's continue again.
Flabbergast, you're a man of the world. You've travelled.
If no one is stopping it, Abractus is just keeping towards the tower.
Anything you've come across before? Any cultists? Any fiendish magics that have taken toll on nature?
Right. So, David, the whole point of this is trying to get here sneakily. You can't get there sneakily. We're going to have a mixed fucking conversation.
Fair.
He says the gnome with the bagpipes.
What is going on?
Safety's on, mate. We're all right.
Safety.
So, Flabbergast, Rozag, and Abraxas, you are currently still in your stealth formation, making your way from tree to tree. Venver, you are not, as you would have had to have broken your hiding to cast your identify spell. FYI, it's not a 10-minute ritual, it's a 1-minute ritual if you need to do it next time.
Yeah, I'm aware. I looked at it in D&D Beyond, but I thought there may have been a difference there. But,
I didn't, so my bad.
Don't worry. Is there... Can I re-stealth or attempt to?
Yeah, go for it.
I got even better this time, 24.
Lovely.
Nice.
You fade in with the rest of your compadres, and you all head closer to the tower. 20 minutes pass.
How
Go on.
do we get any sense of how wide, and how roughly tall it is at this point?
So, you travel for 20 minutes, and it's about 20 minutes ahead of you. With the less and less of the trees that are about you, you start seeing the base of the light grey stone tower. And you can see that it's circular, but you guess from left to right, you're looking at about 60 feet across. Looking up, it goes beyond the tree line. Some of the trees that are nearby it, you reckon are a good 30 feet high. So, and the tower goes past that. So the tower could be anywhere between 60, 80, 100, you don't know. You'd have to get right under it and have a better look. But as you are closening, or getting closer, less and less trees. To the point now where there's almost like good 15, 20 foot areas where there is no... Our lass has just turned up with a supply drop. Very nice. There is less. There is more and more glade. Let's say glades, patches of area where nothing's growing. On these patches of area that nothing's growing, there is burn marks as though campfires have been made, burnt the surrounding grass beneath it, and then scuppered away. And there's quite a few of these patches around. There is the sound. And it becomes very obvious to you now that you're closer in this absolute silence of the area. That's a lot of ice pops. No, thank you. No, thank you. That there is running water.
Psst, you seem to be pretty good at this whole sneaky beaky lark.
Maybe.
Is it worth you shooting up ahead and giving it a little bit of a looksy look, see what you see?
I can try.
Because between me, the bagpipes, and the big lad, I think you're the best bet at staying out of sight.
I can try. DM, I'd like to try and stealth up ahead and scout deep.
You are currently stealthing, so you don't need to do another roll. How close do you
sweet.
get?
That's fine. I was preparing for the worst. I
They
would
will hang back like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and wait for you to come back and let us know what you see.
Okay. Could I stealth ahead as close as safely possible, while keeping to as much cover as I can?
So you make your way through, and the trees become almost non-existent now. There are 2 or 3 trees at the base of the tower. You've walked for maybe 5 minutes from your pals to give yourself a little bit, and then 5 minutes back. So you can see 3 trees growing near the base of the tower. All 3 of those trees have like a red clay, like ochre, is it, colour, going through, almost veiny through the bark of the 3 trees. These are very thick, high trees growing up the side of the tower. The leaves and the branches touch the tower, but they don't like, it's not like ivy, it doesn't go through them. They're standalone entities. And then outside the area, there's no trees, just these scorch marks everywhere. And you can see a small, say small, it's like 10 feet across, river going through the backside, round the backside of the tower and through the woodlands, and it goes off to the west, to the east, and then there's another piece spins off to the north. You see no sign of movement or life or anything like that. Give me a perception check.
Okay, give me 1 second. 12.
Cool. You do get the smell of sulphur quite strongly around here.
Okay, but nothing else.
You see, hear, etc. Nothing.
Okay, cool. I head back to the group and relay the message of I can't see any untowards, but there are some dubious trees. Please don't touch them.
So you're saying coast is clear?
As far as I can tell, the coast is clear. I can't guarantee it. There is a lot of dubious magics going on.
Hey,
But as far as I can see, there's nothing there.
Abraxas,
It looks at you.
how much of a kicking can you take?
It gives again a bit of gives you a look that it seems to use a lot of. Seriously.
I'm thinking, considering the stature of myself and Flabbergast over here, it may be prudent for you to lead the way, good friend.
It shrugs lightly and looks up at the gnome on his shoulders and then lowers to let him off.
You never know, this tower might be a cousin or something.
Jesus Christ.
I don't want to get out.
It stands back up. It will have a look through the clearing and begin making its way in a slow, sort of somewhat cautious advance towards the base of this tower.
Cool. So as you are leading, quotations, the way, you see similar to what Venver saw, and you can see these little patches of shrubbery and patches of burnt area, and you see the river coming up on the far side. Are you walking through? You're just walking, or are you attempting to stealth through?
I will just walk. Having seen nothing else, Braxis is pretty sure there's nothing else nearby.
Cool.
So he will just walk.
You get again about 5 minutes. Have the rest of the party followed Abraxas, or are you just letting him go?
Yeah, I'll follow maybe 20 foot behind him.
I am going to stick to the cover of the trees as far as possible, and I'm going to take out my bow and arrow to ready if any unwanted guests arrive.
Cool. So, as you're pottering along, Abraxas, you get, like I say, you walked about 5 minutes. You can see the base of the tower ahead of you. It's still a fair distance, a few hundred feet away. You can now see that it does indeed reach. Like from where you're standing, it's like it's touching the clouds. It's very wide at the base. There is a single wooden door where you assume you can see bits of wood, and the alcove of the doorway is slightly off to the side of it. But on your way in, you could see the wood. There doesn't appear to be any other entrance that you can see. And this stone tower goes straight up, similar to what Benver saw. What does happen... Go on.
I was just going to say, is it smooth stone or does it look like bricks? Does it look
brick.
like sort of risen out the earth? It's brick, okay.
Yeah, full on, enormous. I mean, the size of the stones are about 5 foot by 5 foot. Some rectangular, some a bit squarer. But this is definitely made by lots of large brick stones. Or stone bricks.
Cool.
You will then see just out the corner of your eye a small marble-sized orb flying towards you, and as it gets closer, you can see the ember, like pyro colours of this marble coming towards you.
As in, it's flying towards at some speed, or
as if you have been shot with a firebolt. So stand by. And the firebolt whizzes over your head.
kind of drop down into a bit of a defensive crouch and
Cool.
immediately
As
try
you
to
drop
find the.
into your defensive crouch, can you all roll initiative, please?
Woo!
Now I'm going to
Yeah,
attempt to
boys.
use roll 20 for this next bit.
There's multi-software. Check us out.
Skadoosh.
Come a long
22,
way.
please.
Tasty 8.
Where the
20.
is my bonus?
What did you
to,
get, Rozag? Initiative, please, Rozag.
hang on, I've got a shrunken down sheet. I'm trying to find my initiative. +3. 8.
18.
1, 8. 18.
And what did you get, Abraxas?
I got an 8.
18? Question mark?
So, ding 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 ding. We have Venver, Flabbergast, Rozag, then Abraxas. And whatever is shooting at you is also involved in the
Third with
initiative.
an 18. Holy Christ, you guys are fast.
So,
Trying.
switch over to your roll 20. Stand by, viewers.
This is the
Can
interval
you
music.
see? Let me check the stream.
She was trying to eat this.
Can we see roll 20, those that are watching? Now, I will say that the viewers, you should be able to see the 4 characters, and you will also be able to see other things on the map. Those other things the players cannot see, so please don't put anything in chat.
Not that we're reading the chat, but just in case.
And those that live with some of
Help
the
a
players,
help a
don't tell
goblin
them. Right, your cameras are not on the roll 20, but that's something I can sort another time.
Luckily, I'm not watching the stream on the other device.
It's fine.
Yeah, I just had to close mine.
It's fine. It
I
won't
didn't see
help
anything.
you.
I didn't...
So, you should be able to move your tokens. Abraxas, I have put to you there. But
Okay.
Rozag was 20 feet behind you. So where you can give yourself
I
another
can
square or
only
two.
see myself.
You can only see yourself. You can't see 3 other tokens.
Now I can only see myself.
Can you only see each other? Your own tokens, or can you see all of them?
Oh no, I can see each other now. Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
I think I can only see myself unless. Oh no, wait, no, sorry. The green is. Yep, I know who's who now.
No name tags on the other people.
Yeah, there are no name tags, only on your own characters.
Can I check? Is that Abraxas?
Yes.
Cool. I've put myself just behind him because obviously I'm on his shoulders.
He put you down.
Oh no, he stayed on.
No,
Ah,
he's
okay,
dead.
okay. So
I went,
you're
I don't
on
wanna
his
get up.
shoulders, and Rozag, you were 20 foot behind. Venver, you were
Yeah, I'm
hiding
20
off to
foot
the
back.
side. Are you happy hiding where you're there, or do you wish to move? You can't move past Abraxas. You're either parallel
Where
or
is
behind.
the tower in relation to this map?
The bottom right-hand corner is the direction of the tower.
I'm fine staying. Oh my goodness, sorry. I'm fine staying where I am.
Cool. So we will go into initiative. Those of you that know Roll20 or etc., playing or otherwise, we're only going to use it for the visual aid. Players are going to roll their dice at home and tell me the numbers. That way it's easier for them to cheat when it's all about to hit the fan.
Fair enough.
You currently can see no attackers. Venver. Sorry. You act first. You see nothing at the moment.
I fire an arrow into the
Abraxas.
doorway.
Into the where?
Sorry, are we facing towards the tower now?
The
It's
tower
the
is in the
distance
bottom
away.
right-hand corner if you was to go in that direction.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
Across
I
the
get that.
river.
Am I in cover right now?
You are currently hidden, and I will say you are in half cover. So your AC is +2 at the moment.
Fantastic. In that case, then I would like to ready an arrow and hold my action until I see an enemy come.
Okay, you will hold your action, fire your shots when you see an enemy. Yep.
Where the f- did that just come from?
I've just been given an arrow.
His rep. I've got a
Brilliant.
little business satchel.
So, it is now Flabbergast's turn. You see nothing at the moment.
I'm going to jump down from Abraxas.
Okay.
I'm then going to cast invisibility on myself. And how much of my movement does it take to get?
I mean, I'll happily help you down. As
You
a
can
reaction.
you have all your movement, so you can just step off Abraxas.
Out there, I think.
We all brought the fizz rep today. You've got your arrow. I've got the satchel with all the business documents in.
There you go.
Steve has a magic mushroom in the background.
So, Steve, you have
Perfect.
moved to there. Cool. As you move to there, you will see, hopefully. Stand by, caller.
Super sneaky, visible. Mode.
Boom. You now see a little red demonic dude. Or dudette.
Say that.
All of us, or just Flabbergast?
You should probably all be able to see it, but mainly Flabbergast. You can...
I actually can't see it, AD. Sorry.
So right next to you, where can you not see that? Where I'm pinging, can you not see?
Yeah. I can see it. Sorry. Yeah.
Cool. That appears.
I mean, not gonna lie, I'm glad I was invisible.
So you are invisible. Do you do anything, or do you just stand right next to it?
I'm probably just gonna. To be fair, now I know where it is and I've spotted it. No, because my action's to go invisible anyway. So no, I'm just gonna wait there.
Okay. So you're going to stay there. Yep.
Yep.
Can you give me a stealth check?
Ooh.
Unless you want it to hear you walk up.
Fair.
I mean, I don't mind.
13.
13, cool. Next up, we have Rozag.
Can I lose my...
No, so sorry. Hannah can see it. Venver can't. Or Venver can't.
So the only character that can see it is Invisible Gnome.
Correct.
And obviously we would have no idea where Invisible Gnome's gone. He's just vanished.
Correct.
Sorry, I thought you said that we could see it.
Up until
no.
20 seconds ago, we didn't have any idea he could go invisible. So as far as I'm concerned, the gnome has literally just vanished.
No, that's fine. I was just making sure. I thought we could see it. No problems.
Yes, he has indeed just vanished.
Where the hell did Flabbergast go?
I'm going to stay quiet because I'm in cover and I don't want to see exactly where I am.
I am going to move up. Use my movement to move up to Abraxas. And with my action, I'm going to create pack weapon. And my blade will fizzle into existence.
Cool. So you do exactly that. We now have Virgo.
And sorry, as a bonus action, I'm going to attempt to hide, basically like using Abraxas as cover and kind of hide behind him.
Okay, go for it. Give me a stealth check.
I can use hide as a bonus action as part of Goblin Nimble Escape.
What is your score?
Sorry, what?
I need you to roll a hide.
Oh, stealth.
Well, are you just hiding for cover, or are you trying to hide?
No, I'm going to try and stay out of sight. So if they look this way, they can just see Abraxas and hopefully
Cool.
not see me.
I will
between.
give you a +1 AC using Abraxas as cover, because he's not completely cover for you.
Okay, so do you need me to roll a stealth check or no?
No, you just have cover.
Okay, that's fine.
Right, there you go. Now, this one will do a perception check. It turns as it hears something right here. It will then swing out with claws at disadvantage because you're invisible.
Ouch.
So no, it misses because it got a 5 and a 12.
Oh, I see.
So I've rolled 2, obviously disadvantage picked the lowest. At a later date, I will master the art of the dice roll and stuff, but for now it's doing what I need it to do. So these claws swing over your head, Flabbergast. You feel the whoosh. The little demonic imp thing you see before you is just a bit taller than you, but not as tall as Abraxas or Venver. So you're looking at maybe dwarf height, so about 4 foot, just a bit higher. Deep red skin. There are strange swirls like wood across the entire torso of this imp that is wearing absolutely nothing. And it's both hands have these blackened claws at the end of them. On the tips of each claws you can see a strange like mould green liquid that just seems to seep off both claws. Eyes of yellow. You see no teeth. Its mouth is pretty much closed most of the time. You just see that thin line where the lips part, but you can't see many teeth. But it misses you completely. Then we hear dun, 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 dun.
Cock.
Dun, 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 dun.
Cock.
I will assume you just saw them appear, yes?
Indeed.
So, this one is going to attempt to shoot Rozag.
Can I see them at this point?
You can, and Venver, can you fire, please?
Yes.
I've just noticed Hannah with the arrow in her hair.
It's when she forgets and tries to go through the door later.
So the one shooting at Rozag from the right, a firebolt flies towards you, misses you, hits Abraxas, but just fizzles out on his iron chest. That one is going to
okay there, big guy?
shoot at Abraxas.
It doesn't seem phased.
Good call.
Does a 19 hit you, Abraxas?
Indeed, it does.
Can I step in front and take the shot?
You cannot.
Hit me.
Take 2 points of fire damage as a firebolt hits you. So the first firebolt hit you but just fizzled out on your chest, and the second one hits you on the shoulder and you feel it burn some of the wood and vinage that's going over your shoulder. It will then move to there. Venver, what did you get?
I rolled a 21. Does that?
It does hit. Which one are you shooting at? This one or this one?
The first one, please. The one closest to me.
Yeah, sorry, you hit. You hit. I got distracted by the heroic play, and Jesus, I will be all over that, my good man. Thank you very much. And hello, Dice of the Beholder. So what damage did you do, Venber?
I did 5 points of piercing damage, please.
5 points of damage.
Yep.
True first blood.
Cool. So, that was your held action. Flabbergast, you did yours. Rozag, you did yours. They've done theirs. Abraxas, you're up.
Amazing. So I'm going to ignite the yellow runes all over Abraxas's body, starting a rage. Then just going to move up to here and
I'm assuming
swing
I lose
at
my
the imp.
AC bonus now. Then.
You do indeed, Rozag.
God damn it!
Go on, Abraxas. What you swinging with, sorry?
A great sword. I got a 14.
14 does indeed. You land your greatsword swinging straight into the imp.
On the mat.
Do your damage.
So that's 10 physical, and then it will be... Well, that's not how you type in Roll20.
That is not how you type.
Good try, though.
And 7 points of radiant damage.
Whew, hot damn.
I rolled really low.
So, as your greatsword slashes into them, as the steel of the weapon cuts through its chest, you can see it cause physical pain to this demonic imp as an arrow stuck in its back. As your radiant energy bursts from the sword, from you down the blade into the demon, you'll see the wound you've just created almost part and peel, like you're peeling an orange, and then the holy energy ignites whatever internal organs are within this imp. It was not happy that you hit it with holy damage. You then see the ward that was across the demons ignite in a colour of pyrotechnic fire going on around the ward, and it starts frothing at the mouth, akin to what you've just done. It is now raging.
Oh no. That's my entire turn.
Lovely. Venver, you are no longer stealthed, hidden, etc. You still have a little bit of cover with the wall, but you are no longer stealthed.
Okay, cool. I would like to shout at the imp in Infernal, please.
Okay, you shout. What do you shout?
I can't remember now. I had a really good idea for something. I would like to shout enough. Come at me, bro. I don't know. something to roll for intimidation, that'd be great.
You have to just nailed it with an arrow. That's pretty intimidating.
Something to roll with intimidation.
I don't know.
Give
the
me
level of RP.
So
off the
this
scale.
this is your action.
I had something great in my mind, and then I didn't.
So this is your action, Venver. Yep. You are going to try and intimidate the imp to what? Focus its attacks on you? What are you trying to achieve with your intimidation?
Yes. I'm just trying to grab its attention to distract it.
So you'd like to try and cause a distraction, yeah?
Yes, please.
Cool. Give me an intimidation check with disadvantage. You are trying to intimidate a demon with your half-elven tones of Infernal.
It's next to an 8-foot stone berserker.
I rolled a natural 20 and now I've rolled a 12 and I don't get my my proficiency.
Well, what did you get?
I rolled a 12 plus 3.
So 15, yep. Cool. So as you start hurling abuse at it in Infernal, in quite an angry way, you do notice for a split second, you as well, Abraxas, that it does look over its shoulder.
Yep.
Its next attack on whoever will be at disadvantage.
Cool. She sounds a bit like Flabbergast.
So now you've had your action. Do you want to use your movement or your bonus?
Hannah has become a JPEG.
We have lost the half-elf. Moving on. When she comes back, we'll sort her out. Flabbergast, it's your turn.
I'm gonna firstly I'm gonna try and move stealthily from where I am to there.
So you are aware the creature knows you are there. So if you do try and move, it will swing at you with an attack of opportunity. Albeit it will be at a disadvantage.
Fine, I am gonna do that. I've got a 19 to move.
What are you doing, Will?
So you rolled a 19 to stealth. It will swing at you with disadvantage. 2 seconds.
That gnome's abandoned us. I'm going to string him up by his goddamn bagpipes.
Just give him a minute.
The little demonic imp swings out at you again. You feel those claws just brush and catch your hair, and a small piece of your hair just gets cut and fizzles out and nothing. But you manage to sneak away from this demonic imp,
My hair is getting it.
who now focuses on that. So Rozag.
Yes.
AD.
Yep, you can now see. Everyone can now see all 3 of those demons. Go on
Will
there.
not get my attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're hitting it in the back, yeah?
Yeah, with advantage.
No, you're not, because you use your action to stealth. So only rogues and like the goblins got it as a thing can hide as a bonus action. Everyone else has to use their action when in combat trying to stealth.
Oh, okay.
On the plus side, you're not getting shot at, beat up.
Oh no! If I'd have realised that, I'd have probably just ran across because it's.
Well, if you run across, it's a straight roll. No, so you're still invisible, so it's still disadvantage. So it all still happens, mate. You can just say, I didn't hide.
In which case, I didn't hide.
And then you'll use your action to, at advantage, hit the demon, yes?
Yep. I rolled a natural 20.
Da, 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 da.
Cool.
So it's 1, 2, 8. So just, how do you do the critical, baby? Dice.
Just, so whatever your damage dice is, so what are you hitting it with?
Rapier.
Which is what, a d6?
D8.
So you automatically get a max dice, so that's 8 plus a roll.
So 8 plus 4 is 12 plus 2. So 14 in total.
I'm glad I crit on a 19.
Cool. Your rapier pierces straight through this demonic imp. And Abraxas, you see the tip of a rapier come out of its chest. In fact, how many did you do? 14? And you see resistance, and you feel it on your rapier as it goes through. Abraxas, you see resistance as the rapiers pull back out. You can see the point where it protruded heal up. You're used to such damage and healing quite quick, or at least resisting during your rageous moments.
Yes.
So, Flabbergast, bonus action.
As a bonus action, I. I will start singing a little ditty about how Abraxas is a goddamn hero and is the best disjoint in the world. Bardic inspiration.
Lovely.
Macho, macho.
And you know
man.
you're not
Macho,
invisible
macho
anymore,
man.
yes?
Yeah,
Cool.
What's your inspiration dice at the moment?
1d6, mate.
Cool. And I can use that on attack rolls, damage.
Attack rolls. Let me just double check. So, attack roll, ability check, or damage roll.
Amazing.
Hang on. I'm
Not
reading the wrong
damage,
one.
not damage.
Okay.
It's ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Okay. Well, thank you, sir.
Cool. So that's you then, Flabbergast, yep.
It's yeah.
The lovely Rozag.
I will, as my lovely Eldritch Longsword materializes in my hand, I am going to go running up on the right, and as I run, I'll hold out the blade and put a hex on the imp onto the right.
Is that your bonus?
As I
Is that
run
your
up
bonus
to
action?
it is, yeah, bonus action. So sort of black energy flies out the blade and envelops this imp as I run up to it and try and slap it in the face with a longsword.
Swing away.
It's a 9 plus 1, 10. I just wrote down the other week. Hang on, sorry. The attack will be a booming blade as well. Sorry.
How are you attacking with Booming Blade?
Booming blade is an action as part, and it's an attack with an effect. So it's
Okay,
classed
okay,
as an
yeah,
attack.
okay.
So that's 6. I'll say 15 to hit.
Your blade lands.
Awesome sauce.
What damage do you do?
That is 8 points of slashing damage. And then my hex. Which is another 1d6. 4 points of necrotic damage.
So you see the tendrils of your hex pull and seep into the wounds you've just caused with your longsword, and you can see it decaying away at the edges of the wound.
Is this creature considered larger than me?
It is a medium creature, and you are a small creature, so yes.
Then I would like to use Fury of the Small to do an additional 3 damage.
Is it a particular flavour of damage or just damage?
Doesn't say, it just says once per long rest you may inflict 3 points of damage on a successful hit a creature larger than yourself.
Cool. Just take it as flat damage.
Yeah, I don't think it's no, it just says extra damage, so I guess it's just generic.
Cool. So as your longsword and hex take hold and your damage seeps through into this demonic imp, you just get real angry at it. Just push a little bit deeper with a longsword in a furious, small way.
It's just weaponized small man syndrome.
Well, yeah, you just need to rest now. So, that is lovely info for you. Is that your go, Rozak?
That is everything, sir. Thank you.
Cool. It is now their go. The one that is raging will use its bonus action to activate its special power, Hellfire Aura.
Oh. Can you just ping which one's raging? Is it the one that's between?
It is the
Abraxas
one with the
and
little...
Flabbergast?
Yes. It's the one with the
I see it,
same
I see the
symbol
little-
as Abraxas.
Is there a symbol we can put on what I've got hex just to keep a track as well?
There you go, it's now hexed.
Perfect, thank you.
So, a burst of fire, a swirling cloud of smoke and embers just flying around in a circle around this demon that is now fighting Abraxas and Flabbergast. Can you two please give me Constitution saves, Flabbergast and Abraxas?
Yep, 1 second. Jamie, just so you know, if you need to, you can use inspiration die after rolling, but before you know.
Okay, cool.
I got.
I got a 16.
I got a 15.
You both succeed and take 1 point of fire damage.
Ow.
Don't tempt me, Abraxas. Whilst ever you remain in that aura, good luck.
Oh.
So that's its go. The one fighting Rozag will slash with both claws. Does a 19 hit you?
Does matching,
Yes,
meeting beat it?
equal to or greater than.
In which case I'll burn a spell slot and use shield as a reaction.
Cool, so your AC is now what, 24?
Yep.
Cool, the first claws rake, and as they come close to your face, you react, throw up your shield, and the sparks as the claws rake against your abjuration spell. You can see them flickering just in front of your face, but you take no damage. The second set of claws come round. And a 5.
That will just bounce off my buckler, my armour.
Lovely. You just stand there. You don't even reflex on this second one. Put your buckler away and off it goes.
I'm just cackling like a lunatic.
Now the one that was stood next to Flabbergast saw the little gnome run away. Oh, I didn't see him run away, but seen him appear. Runs across. 5, 10, 15, 20. Boom. And is now opposite its little demonic friend and will attack Mr. Flabbergast with advantage. The first one was a 16. Does it hit you, Flabbergast?
1 second.
I believe it does. If you click on your character on roll 20, there's 2 numbers. The one in red is your health, the one in blue is your AC.
Sorry, was it a 16?
It was, mate, it was.
Cutting words.
Okay. So do your
I roll,
dice roll.
so it's an 11, so he misses.
Cool, so the first one, as he swings round, you just throw out some very yamam sort of comments, and it puts the
That's the best you've got.
yeah.
Olivia, what do you think there, you little demon? My mum hit harder than you do.
Well, went from Darius to Flabbergast in a moment there. The second hand swings across, fairly angry that you've made it miss just by calling it names. I mean, sentimental demons. And the second one is a 16.
That hits.
So the second set of claws slash into, as the first one goes to hit you, and you almost put your hand up, throw abuse at it, and it pauses. It swings in with its second hand to hit you. And it does 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
Then from somewhere else, then there, a firebolt, a small fiery marble comes shooting towards you.
Can I dodge?
No,
Damn it.
but fair. It rolls a 21.
Oofed.
Yeah, that hits.
It will do 4 points of fire damage to you. Yay. So the one that raged out and used its bonus action to activate its Hellfire aura will use its action to slash at Abraxas.
Legasp.
Does a 19 hit you?
Yes, it does.
You take 3 points of fire damage as its claws now seem to, the liquid that was on her now seem to ignite once its aura has started spinning.
Ew.
You do not
Any more
resist
for
fire
you?
damage, do you?
No, I do not. Only physical damage, so
Cool,
like
cool.
slashing, piercing, bludgeoning.
It is now your go, Abraxas.
I'ma hit it back.
Smash it in the face, big guy.
Boom, 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 boom.
Natural 20.
That just hits.
So 2d6 automatically becomes 12, and I have roll another 2d6.
Correct.
Jesus.
Give me a minute. 28 points of slashing damage, and then 11 points of radiant. Abraxas go smash.
Where's the
So,
radiant coming from?
He's path, his barbarian path. So as your great sword comes slicing down, you can see all these wards, flesh peeled back. You know that it's not fond of your radiant damage. You slash into it with your greatsword. You can see some of the some of the blow bounce off bone, tear through muscle. Some of the muscles just seem a bit too tough to get through, almost like it's resisting your physical damage. When your radiant hits it, it doesn't quite have the potency it had before, so it doesn't seem vulnerable to it. But between your massive greatsword and your holy damage, you manage to slay the demon.
Woohoo!
And it evaporates in a sulfuric ash.
Hell yeah, bitch.
And then with my remaining movement action, I'm just going to go round to there.
Lovely jubbly. Is that your turn? Is that your turn, dude?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I forgot. It's on push to talk.
Venver, you're up.
Sweet. I'm gonna take out my bow and arrow and fire another arrow into the next imp closest to me, please. And I would like to use sneak attack.
You can indeed use sneak attack because you have an ally within 5 feet. You, however, don't have advantage. You can give yourself advantage if you do what?
No, I'm okay. That will be 21 to hit.
Cool. 21 does indeed hit the creature.
Awesome. And that is 8 points of piercing damage, please.
Your arrow sticks into the shoulder of the imp. It looks across to you, sees you, and then focuses on the rather large warforged and kilted gnome in front of it. Do you move, or do you use your bonus action for anything?
Oh wait, I forgot to roll 2d6. Hold on. Plus another 4 onto that, please.
Is this for the sneak attack?
Yes, sorry, I genuinely forgot.
That's okay. I will question you so you learn. Ha ha ha.
Absolutely fine, question away.
Flabbergast, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to sort of circle around it from where I am, still staying in its threatened area, and get behind it effectively so I can get advantage.
Smooth.
And then I am... Ooh, that'll be... 12 to hit with the rapier.
12 misses, just misses. Your rapier comes in
no
and
worries.
gets a bit of a flex on it as you bend into it. Was that with advantage, yeah?
Was indeed, yeah. And then I'm going to stab it with my arm. And that is 13.
13, you just land with your... Do you say with your dagger? Cool, your dagger just pierces the top layer of skin of the demon. Do your damage.
4 points of damage.
As you pull out the blade, there's this crimson, thick ooze just pours out of the wound. You got anything left? That's it. You done?
I'm done.
It's now its go. The one fighting Rozag will swing claws. Your shield's down now, isn't it, Rozag, or is it still up? Is it the end of...
Yeah, Macy's, it's just for that attack. Macy's 18.
Cool. It's missed anyway, but I just wanted to make sure. It's second, so its first set of claws come in, you just buckler them away. Its second set...
I'm still in medium armor with a shield, so I'm still pretty strong.
Cool. Second set of claws comes smashing through to you. It gets a 16, which again, you just parry away, swinging your buckler left and right. Yeah, that's its go. The one that is fighting Abraxas and
cackling in its
Flabbergast
face.
Stop trying to hit me and hit me.
will use a bonus action to activate Demonic Step and appear behind Abraxas as it disappears in a cloud of sulphur.
In my head, it made the Mario going down a pipe noise.
Yeah. It will then use its action to swing its claws. First one is a 10. Second one is a 14. Both claws smash into you, and you just let it hit you, and you see sparks fly as the scratches come across your the metallic parts of your existence.
Can't hear you, DM.
The claws scratch across the metallic parts of your existence, causing many sparks and much special effects during combat. And then, hidden somewhere, a marble of fire flies out at Flabbergast and goes whizzing over the gnome's head. Abraxas, it is now your turn.
Abraxas smash.
Smash it, smash it.
Do I not get a turn?
Why didn't you get a turn? Flabbergast. Oh, they should have. Yeah, go on. You can have your turn.
I'm going to continue slapping this guy. So I'm just going to hit him with Booming Blade again through my pack weapon.
Swing away.
Ugh, that's a 2. That's a 7 to hit.
Just distracted from your parrying with your buckler, you managed to miss with your longsword.
Okie pokey. I will use my goblin ability to disengage as my bonus action, and I will move.
You went quiet, Rob. You said then you will move.
Yeah, I'm thinking where I'm going to move to.
Okay. Don't let go of your push to talk before you finish talking.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll move to there. So I'll disengage with goblin shenanigans and move to there.
Cultists. That is Rozag's go. They've had their go, and it is now Abraxas's go.
Cool. I rolled an 18 to hit using the Bardic Inspiration.
Ha! That. Indeed, as you remember those fine, inspiring words from Flabbergast, you are able to land with your greatsword.
Cool. I do 11 slash... Steve disappeared. I do 11 slashing damage and 6 radiant damage. There he is.
Similar to before, when you landed with your greatsword and your holy energy burst out of your blade into the demonic imp, you see its ward begin to ignite and light up. Is that your go?
That is me entirely done whilst I'm stuck in combat with this thing.
So, Venver, your turn.
Sweet. Right, I am going to fire an arrow at. Wait, is this imp up in the back right still there, or?
It is.
No?
It is.
Awesome. I'm gonna fire an arrow at him, please.
Fire away.
That is an 18.
18 does indeed hit.
Eight points of piercing damage.
Need to get some music going on. So yeah, your arrow whizzes across the battlefield and slams into the chest of the demonic imp. It's not fond of being shot by an arrow. Do you do anything else? Anything else, Hannah? We've lost Hannah.
No, I'm right here. Don't worry.
Okay, she's back. Do you do anything else?
I am going to hide.
Please give me your stealth roll.
$23.
Noted down. That is Venver's go. It is now Flabbergast's. Turns out my daughter is a scruff and has been playing in the mud. Wahey!
And water.
That's supposed to be.
Flabbergast, the battle tactician at Bardic No.
Who also keeps forgetting to take it off mute. So yeah, I'm going to sneak round behind it and then going to try it. Firstly with the rapier. Oh god. 11, that's going to miss. And with me dagger, that is a critical.
Boom. So your dagger, it will be an automatic 4 damage, and then your roll.
So 4 plus 3, 7 damage.
Lovely jubbly. That's Flabbergast go.
Is anyone looking severely injured? I know we've taken a few people taking a little bit, but
Right now, you've spent too much time focusing on hitting anything to receive a response. Plus, you've used your action and your bonus action to do that.
of course I have, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, moving on to Mr. Rozag.
Mr. Rozag is going to wade into this lovely. No, he's not, because my hex is on that target. I couldn't get clawed in the face, which is good. I'm going to dash back in, stab this.
Can you only move your hex if the target dies?
Yeah, that's why I'm going to run back at the one I'd hexed. I just moved away from him so he couldn't claw me in the face.
Cool. Okay, carry on, mate.
So I'm going to run back up to it. I'm going to throw my shield onto my back and grip my hex blade with both hands.
Ooh, so you're dropping AC to do more damage.
AC will drop to 16, but I go up to 1d10 worth of damage if I hit. And I'm going to swing for the heavens. That's an 18 to hit. Let's say, where the hell is my d10? Yeah, it's 10 plus. Oh god, what am I doing here? 10 plus charisma, plus 13 points of slashing damage. 1 point of necrotic damage.
So,
And
as you're going,
that was the booming blade attack as well. So he's wreathed in like black electric, and I'm going to disengage with gnomish, with the goblin shenanigans. Take 2 steps backwards.
lovely jubbly. So it is now reading your hex magic plus your booming blade magic, and has received a fair amount of slashing from you. Can you please be quiet, Samson? Okay. Alright, I know, but please be quiet, dude, alright?
I will goad
Cheers,
it. Come on then, you little red bastard.
What lovely goad in there, lovely.
Lovely.
Just lovely.
Right, so that's Rozag's go. And now we shall do the ever impressive demons. This one, due to the loveliness of the holy magic it received, will now go into a rage. Is what I was going to say. All about the words. It rages. You see its ward ignite and the fiery oranges swirling around its body, and it is now raging. It looks absolutely ruined, by the way, from all the attacks it took before managing to rage. It will then use its actions to swing at Abraxas.
This is the demon literally too angry to die.
And with both swings, again, the claws just scratch across your metallic work, sparks flying everywhere. It just seems too angry to do anything. So that's its go. The one that wants Rozag will rush forward, do your booming blade, whatever it does.
Detonates doing booming blade. Yeah, the electrical energy will just go kaboom.
And do
2 points of thunder damage.
as it steps forward, the electric that was wrapped around it just detonates.
Can't hear you, DM.
The electric that's wrapped around it detonates, and you are quite chuffed with your little booming blade going off. It is now stood in front of you and swings at you. Um, 13 and a 17. Both claws come in, but put off by
What's the talk, 80?
I don't know, man. I'm going to put a pencil in my eye. So the
Let's get a little post-it note.
I get animated though, mate.
On all our monitors.
I'm used to using both hands to be all animated, and that it's this bloody. So a 13 and a 17, your claws come flying in. Absolutely no effect to you.
17 will hit. I stole my shield.
You
Amazing.
put the 16. Shield away. Wow.
Yeah, I went to
well
2.
Played, well played. Two. You will take. Oh dear. You will take 10 points of slashing damage.
I'll also need to make a concentration check for Hex.
You do that. You do that. But it's DC 10 anyway, so.
I roll a 2. My constitution's +2. That's a 4. Hex drop.
Nice.
Well, that's one way to get rid of all your debuffs on the demon, is step forward and
that's the last time I used this weapon two-handed. Where's that shield gone? The thing is, if I'd kept the shield, I'd have been absolutely fine.
Brilliant. I did roll max damage, but
I could blow a second spell slot and shield it. Nah, it's fine. We've already done.
Cool. So it rushes in. Your stuff detonates on it. The hex falls from it as the claws come slashing into you. Can you also give me a Constitution save, separate to your concentration check?
8.
Cool. You feel.
Oh, hang on. That's a saving throw. That's not the same as a thingy check if I'm proficient in that.
So what she's got?
I'm just checking now. I'm not proficient. I'm just at +3. So that's a 9.
Cool. So with your 9, you feel a presence of poison seeping into the wounds it's just caused upon you. You are now poisoned, which means your attacks are at disadvantage.
I just took an absolute kicking.
Yeah. So, and the one that is hidden cannot,
there's more.
cannot see Venver this time round with a 23 stealth, but it can see Abraxas and Flabbergast. It will shoot its firebolt at Abraxas.
I like the fact that Abraxas is just a big threatening target compared to the rest of us.
In its defense, it is a big, massive, glowing, angry rock.
The
It
firebolt,
expects the gnome.
the firebolt goes flying over the top of the 25-foot Abraxas, give or take.
By the end of the campaign, he's actually like one of the metal colossi from
Just
Eberron.
keep building more onto you, like a giant Lego tower. We just keep building you.
Yeah, can I substitute class for height?
Those two towers, that's actually the legs of Abraxas at the end of the campaign.
Yes.
Basically like a Warhound Titan at that point.
The dark grey stone one is the middle leg. That's why I warned you not to go near it. So, so it is now Abraxas' turn as the demonic imps have fulfilled their actions.
Kind of don't really want to waste a whole attack on this imp.
Smash it!
I'm going to sort of look over there, seeing that the one that I'm attacking at the moment is injured, and I think the gnome can deal with it. Seeing the goblin taking a lot more damage than perhaps it was planning, I'm going to
You didn't know
move
what I
out.
was planning.
It will have an attack of opportunity against you and miss miserably. This demon is rubbish. Abraxas, I can't hear you at all.
He's gone full actual rage, not any type of controlled rage.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to swing for the one that is attacking the goblin.
Lovely. Swing away.
My hero.
I rolled a 12.
You swing and you just misjudge the height of the imp, with it being dwarven in stature, and you go flying over and just miss the goblin as well. But unfortunately, you miss.
Literally, as I heard you say that you're going to go for one that's trying to attack the goblin, I was like, you're going to swing and hit the goblin instead, I bet.
You cut the goblin in half.
If by the end of this campaign you don't throw me through the air as I cast darkness, we've missed an opportunity.
So, Abraxas, is that your turn?
That will be all of my turn, yeah.
We are now into round 5. Venver, you are up.
I would like to cast Chill Touch, please.
Ooh, and what does Chill Touch do?
Chill Touch, what it does is creates a ghostly skeletal hand in the space of the creature within range. Make a spell attack against the creature to assail it with the Chill of the Grave. On the hit, the target takes 1d8 necrotic damage and can't regain hit points until the start of our next turn. And then the hand, until then, the hand clings to the target.
Lovely. And what is the range?
The range is 120 feet.
Oh, cool. So pick your target.
Yeah. Can I please go for the imp?
Did you say the imp closest to you? You've gone quiet, Hannah.
She's lagging out, I think.
Wait, I'm back.
Cool. Which imp are you going for?
The one closest to me, and that was 1d8. I rolled an 8 plus 3.
Did you hit
11.
it?
Yes, of course I did.
What did you roll to
Of course
hit?
Unspecified number.
I rolled an 11.
Unfortunately, all the damaging necromantic energy you summoned preemptively before even firing the spell off fizzles out in your hand, and you are unable to strike.
She.
Happens to the best of us.
Jesus. 200 damage.
believe
You're going to swing at it? No.
It's like a blind person using a sniper rifle. If they hit, they're gonna hit hard.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah.
So, are you doing
Don't make
anything
crap
with your
forget to actually
bonus
roll to hit.
action or your movement?
Let's just hide again.
So
That'd be great.
you
And I'm
revealed
gonna
yourself
roll
to
my
attempt
spell.
the spell and use a bonus action to stealth.
26.
Well,
I needed that to
look
hit.
at me. So,
Sneaky.
after Venver, it is now Flabbergast's turn. Do we have a Flabbergast?
Yeah.
We do.
I am going now that Abraxas is out of the way. I am going to Thunderwave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done it before. So can I get a Constitution saving throw, please, AD?
Can indeed. 2 seconds.
Kaboom.
A 20.
So he only takes 3 points of thunder damage and is not pushed.
Oh.
The thunderous wave of energy coming out from you slams into this demonic imp, and you see the ward that's lit up. For a split second, the brightness of it dims and then comes back. And how this imp is still standing, you have no idea.
That's not very nice.
And a 300-foot thunder boom goes off. Thunderclap.
Yeah, it's quite loud.
Cool. It's 300 foot though, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just making notes.
Yeah, you can hear it 300 foot away.
Boom.
I'm done. That's it.
Cool, that's Flabbergast's turn. Mr. Rozag. Or Rosgar.
I'm just going to scream in frustration at this thing that's just ripped my face off and just swing madly at it with a long sword again with Booming Blade.
You still two-handed?
Yeah.
Is Booming Blade a cantrip?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass. Carry on.
That's why Arcane Trickster and Hexblade locks. That's the way forward. Oh, hang on. Do I do Hexblade? Do I use Hexblade's Curse? No. No, I'm just going to keep... God damn it. That's a 12.
12. Your blade probably put off from the massive greatsword that just swung over your head before. You lash out with your longsword two-handed in a similar style of swing and miss the demonic imp.
Okay. In that case, for my bonus action, I am going to disengage. But would I get advantage on that strike for being in thingy with Abraxas?
No, because Abraxas will need to be opposite you.
In which case, I will use my move action to sidestep around the Hell Beast. Just for future reference, AD, would you class drawing and sheathing a shield a bonus or a full action?
I'll go with bonus.
Then I will pull my shield out.
And that is your go, yes?
It is indeed.
It is now their go. And the raging one will attempt to claw the gnome in the face.
The good old face claw.
The first strike's a 15 on young Flabbergast. The second strike's a nat 1. So the first one, I believe, hits you, Flabbergast.
Yep, so 1 hit, 1 miss.
The first one will do 5 points of slashing damage to you.
Oh.
How many hit points does Flabbergast have?
I have 12 left out of 1.
Out of how many? 24?
21.
21. Lovely, just changing something. Cool. It swings at you, misses with it. Misses very
That
badly.
ancient red dragon's not going to show up now.
Or so you believe. The second swipe almost hits himself in the face. It's like when you're pulling on something like an elastic band and you let go and he twangs himself in the face. That's how I see it anyway. And the one that has been hidden all along. Reveals itself. It will then use its demon step. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And land here. It will then swing at disadvantage into that area in the hope it hits the annoying archer that it's failed to shoot with its fireball. So the second one will, the lower one is a 14. What is your AC, Venver?
Do I still have my +2 to being in half cover?
You, yeah, you do.
Sweet, that's a 16.
And the second strike is an 11. So both strikes claw into the stonework around you. You keep low, keeping your hidden status as the creature is desperately and screaming just curse words in Infernal. You understand all of them. They're all very sweary.
I taunt him back, it's fine. It's a bit of playful banter.
So that was the one that was hidden, one swung at Flabbergast, and the one stuck in with Abraxas and Rozag will use its demon step and appear on the other side of Abraxas and slam.
Abraxas is the beat stick of this unit.
I'll swearing goblin.
And slam its claws into Abraxas.
You are a tanky man.
Yeah.
The first one
Life
is
of
a
a
9
barbarian.
and scrapes off your shin, but the second one is a 21 and you take
Oof.
8 points of slashing damage.
I'm glad I half that.
Yeah.
Cool. I have taken some ouch.
It is their go over, and it is Abraxas' turn.
Abraxas smash. The usual. Oh, no, there. I rolled a 9. Nah, you missed.
9. Your great sword just slams into the earth beside the demon. Okay, Lucy.
It's too small. He can't get a good bead on it.
Little demon imp. Is that your turn over, dude?
That will be yes.
Venver.
I'm going to take my short sword and my dagger and swing to hit this annoying little imp in front of me.
Cool.
Boom.
So action
Stab
for
him,
short
stab,
sword.
stab.
Short sword, that 16
That hits.
and a 15 with my dagger, please.
Did you only add your proficiency to dagger, not your full attack?
Yes.
Cool. Then both hit.
Sweet. So the damage for my short bow will be an 8. For my short bow, for my short sword will be an 8. And for my dagger, that will be
What's the damage on the dagger?
4 points piercing damage.
So you were flying with your dagger and short sword, and you dice up this demon. You have your movement left. Do you do anything?
I am going to move to here.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
It will swing at you with an attack of opportunity.
Oh, I lose my half cover AC now. Okay, cool.
It got a 16 as you left cover, and you take 2 seconds. You take 8 points of slashing damage in the back as you run away from this demonic imp.
Eek. I should have moved.
Mummy.
You can also,
grab
just
your
as an
child?
option for your next time, instead of using your dagger as your second attack, because you're a rogue, you can do what I do and like disengage as a bonus, then run away. It just means you have to give up your secondary stab.
And the disengage means I can't hit
Yeah.
you as you run away.
Okay.
You an
No, I just wanted
arcane,
to
you an
try
arcane trickster.
So, Venver, now you've run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet. Are you running any further? Have we lost Hannah again?
I think she's lagged out a little
sorry,
bit. Yeah.
I'm gonna fix this next week. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Are
cool.
you
So,
trying to watch the stream as well as be on here? Am I with you?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
so, we shall deal with technical issues later. Venver, you've got 5 feet left. Do you use it?
No.
Okay. Flabbergast, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to look at the imp and go, oh, yeah, wee little fella, you know, made a fair thing. My mum hits harder than you do. Make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
I would love to.
Do you like
Six.
dags?
That would be 13.
That is a fail. You take 3 points of psychic damage.
Psychic damage.
Yep. And if he's still alive, he has disadvantage on his next attack. On attacks until the end of his next turn.
As you utter your vicious mockery at the demonic creature, you see lumps of claret fall out of its nose, its ears, almost spewing it out. Its eyes burst, and the imp disintegrates into sulfuric ash.
Gross. Pop goes the imp brain.
That's the way you do it.
You've still got a bonus action and movement. And I can't hear you.
Hang on. There we go. My bonus action. Everyone else seems to be mostly okay.
Flabbergast, if you get the one over there, I think me and Abraxas can deal with it.
Ain't your turn. Shut up with the advice.
I am gonna move there.
Cool.
Abraxas with advantage on his turn. And I am going to cast Healing Word on myself.
You do that, and you apply your hit points. It is now Rozag's go.
Is there a way I can get into combat with this imp in the middle with advantage if I'm next to Abraxas or if I'm next to Flabbergast?
No. You'd have to be in one of their two's positions. So Abraxas or Flabbergast.
If the three of us are pub stomping them to death, surely that's more advantageous than just two of them.
It is.
Okay. I am... I'm going to run up to this imp and just swing. I'll keep my shield out, though. I'm just going to run and swing north. Yeah, that's right.
Cool. So you go running in and swing.
Yes.
Unit,
That's a 24.
where are you standing, Rozag?
Sorry.
Cool. What do you get? You said 24 or natural 20?
24 to hit. Yeah.
So natural, yeah, or not?
Can't get a natural 24.
No, but I didn't know if you'd rolled a nat 20 plus 4.
Oh no.
Cool. So yeah, 24
Annoyingly,
definitely hit.
If it put Hex Curse on, I'd have crit on a 19. Not to worry. That's 10 points of slashing damage, plus 6 points of necrotic damage. And for the purpose of resilience as well, my pack weapon's considered magical.
Cool. So as you slash in with your sword, now a bit more with finesse. Now you've got your shield out, and you call upon your necrotic powers. Where'd you get the necrotic? Ah, you moved the hex curse. Yeah. Okay. So you you obliterate the imp. I lost train of thought briefly there, and the imp explodes in sulfuric ash. Is that your go?
Yes, that is. Yeah, I used my movement to get into combat, didn't I? So yeah, that's me done.
Cool.
Yes. That's...
Venver, it is now you. There is an imp still rocking round.
I am going to. Could I dart in, attack, and then use my bonus action to disengage?
You can do exactly that.
Sweet. I would like to attack with my short sword and dagger, please.
So you move 10 feet to attack it. You attack with your short. You can only attack with one of your weapons. You can't attack with both.
Short sword, please.
Cool. You swing your short sword.
$18 to hit.
Your short sword purchases flesh and do your damage.
Eight points of slashing damage, please.
Your short sword slashes across its chest, and you can see where some of the ward gets parted, where your blade cuts into its flesh. You now use your bonus action to disengage, which allows you to use the rest of your movement without getting an attack of opportunity. So you've got 20 feet left. Lovely.
Nah, you're roguing.
It is now Flabbergast's go. And feeding time for the baby.
Oh, you're wee little bit. No, because the last one, let's go. You know, relax. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please, Andy?
15.
I think I need to do a wisdom saving throw to understand what was said.
Oh, nothing happened.
So you hear Flabbergast hurl, you assume, abuse at the demon imp. Similar to the sounds of the child behind me. And nothing happens. Flabbergast, you got a bonus on your movement.
Yeah. No, we keep those. What I am going to do is just use my movement to get closer. So. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
Rozag, it's now your turn.
I'm going to move.
No.
I move up to here, and I'm going to hold out my blade, point it at the imp, and send a Eldritch Blast cascading across at its face.
Smash, cast away. Remember, you are at disadvantage because of your poison.
Does that include spells?
Attacks.
Oh, attack, yeah.
It's not just poisoning your sword arm, you know what I mean?
Oh god damn it! I went from a 19 down to a 2. That's a 60 hit.
So your Eldritch Blast. Look,
Fires up into the
Jesus.
sky somewhere.
Jesus, Lucy. Your Eldritch Blast shoots the 20, 30 feet across, whizzing past Venver and Flabbergast, and smashes into the rockery around the imp.
Can't believe you've just given away the fact we're here.
Jesus. It does give off a little bit of sound, maybe 3-inch, which is less than the 300-foot thunder.
I wouldn't be able to. I would say I wouldn't be able to hear any noise. My ears are still ringing from the thunder blast.
Yes. That's. Are you doing anything else, Rosa?
I'm going to use my bonus action to attempt to hide in that shrubbery.
Cool. Give me a roll.
What's this?
3.
Noted. It is now its turn. It will rush the half-elf and attempt to claw her face off. First one's an 18.
Yep, that hit.
Second one's a 21. And you take, off the first attack, you take 7 points of slashing damage. And off the second attack you take...
That's going to stink.
On the second attack you
AD,
take...
sorry.
Go on.
First attack.
Yep.
I'd like to use cutting words on it.
Go
on. That's -3, so that's 14, I think.
So -3 would take it down to what did I say? 18 -3, so it'd be 15. So what's your AC, Hannah?
14.
Cool. So it still hits. So you take
Thank you, though.
7 off the first and 2 off the second, as these holy claws go slamming through your armour, cutting into your chest and your abdomen. Can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
Okay.
If you've done it, I can't hear you.
That is a non-natural 20.
Cool. You are not poisoned.
Thank you.
It will then do nothing other than raw, sweary, infernal words at the half-elf. It is now your turn, Abraxas.
Amazing. It's just that one left, isn't it?
It is that one left that you can see, yes.
Awesome. I'm just going to move straight to the hit and do me a swing.
Swing away.
I rolled a 22.
That definitely hits.
Amazing. That will be 11 points of slashing damage and 8 points of radiant.
Your blow is devastating. It crunches through its collarbone. You can hear it crunch into ribs and the thick piece of the torso up in the upper chest. And the radiant damage, the radiant energy that pumps off your blade into it, it screeches skyward in absolute fits of rage, or at least coming up, assuming it survives that long. So, back round to you, Venver, unless you've got anything else you can do, Abraxas.
No, that's all me.
Lovely. Go Venver, get half elf, lady rogueness.
I would like to move 15 foot back. And then I would like to cast Chill Touch, please.
Cool, so move your token. I will take an attack of opportunity. I will miss wildly.
Thank God. Whew, okay, that's fine. I'm good with that.
So with your action, you cast Chill Touch.
I don't think I do. A 4.
You are correct. So you,
Sweet.
Abraxas and Flabbergas, you see this ethereal, spectral, pale green and white hand appear in front of the demonic imp and reach out for it. But the closer it gets, it just sort of dissipates as if a stiff breeze has blown it away. You now will have your bonus action and 15 foot.
I would like to disengage by 15 foot.
You have already left. So what disengage does is when you're in a fight, you go, DM, I will use disengage, which means if you move
Sweet.
away, I can't hit you, which you already did. So you should have done that first.
I am just going to move back another 10.
And you could use your bonus action to hide.
You can see nothing that you could use to hide where you're stood right now. But yes, you can
Exactly.
use your bonus action to hide in future.
I wouldn't be able to hide
minutes.
around anything, so.
So, that is Venvez. Flabbergast.
Yeah, so am I right in thinking that, because I can't really, the dude is here, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah.
Have you just run round there, yeah?
No. I'm going to basically sneak round the outside of it so I can get advantage.
Cool, you get advantage.
And I'm going to try and hit it with my rapier. So, yeah, 12 to hit with the rapier, so that misses. But then a critical with my dagger.
Sabish. So, D4 plus a roll.
8 damage from the dagger.
So you do a little bit of a flourish with your rapier to put the demon off. So you deliberately miss, obviously. And then, whilst it's put off by the flailing rapier, you slam your dagger straight into its forehead, and you see it just poof into sulfuric ash.
And breathe.
I'm just gonna kind of lay down on the floor.
Get them all? Anyone see any more?
Abraxas, still glowing with its various magic runes, is going to try and just prowl around the area for a little bit and try to see if there's any more of these things.
Cool, so while you're doing a little bit of a prowl, give me a
I'll,
perception check.
De-summon my blade, it'll vanish into a poof
While
of
you're-
black smoke.
While you're prowling, give me a perception check, Abraxas. And what was you doing, Rozak?
I've just de-summoned my pack blade. My sword just vanishes.
Lovely jubbly. You don't need to be on roll 20 at the moment, if you don't need to be. But feel free to stay.
I rolled a 19.
So, on your 19, you see not a right lot that you didn't see before, but you do see a small bird, a sparrow-esque in size, perched on the alcove of the doorway.
Yep.
It's just perched on top of there. You swear blind it's looking at you, and then it buggers off into the sky.
I'm gonna follow it. I will watch it, not follow it. Fly
I
away
can
for a bit,
fly.
seeing if it's going in any particular direction.
I don't think you get wings just yet. It flies straight up to the top of the tower and disappears beyond sight onto the rooftop. Just look like a little sparrow.
Okay. Keep that to itself. The yellow glow of these runes and patterns slowly fades as Abraxas exits its berserk state.
Cool.
Think we can catch our breath for now before we head inside.
Oh, I think we're a good idea. Have a bit of a pause, see how everyone is. I'm gonna do a medicine check, Aiden. See if I'm particularly badly injured.
Cool. Just do one. I'll give you a group.
I'm just.
Engineering check for Abraxas, right?
I got a
Yeah.
20.
So I've lay on the floor and I'm just not looking well.
No,
Yeah,
At
I'm
all.
pretty banged up as well.
So, who of
20 AD,
you are under half health?
Tis not I.
Rozag, are you under half health?
No.
Venver, are you under half health?
Very, very much under half health.
Cool. So you can tell that Venver is in a bad way. Rozag and Abraxas just look like they've been in a scrap.
Okay.
Should we get our heads down for an hour and just recoup, catch our breath?
That would be kind of nice.
I need time to replenish some abilities.
Yeah, sounds the plan.
In that case, Mr. DM, can we look at potentially taking a short rest?
If you wish to spend an hour outside the tower, you can
Wait a
indeed.
minute, please. Right.
Yeah,
Just
please.
we take an hour outside here. Very good. They'll have heard that big loud noise I made. So I'm gonna have an hour to prepare.
During the course of this hour rest, I would like to politely not take part of it and actively be looking around the tower, looking for any more signs of things having lived here or other such things.
2 seconds, guys. Hannah, can you turn your camera off and turn it back on? Because you are currently a still image. Hey. Carry on, guys. Carry on. What were you doing, Abraxas?
Rather than take part of a short rest, spend most of that time actively prowling around the edges of this glade, investigating the tower, taking a lot of time to methodically sweep the area.
I am also going to do the same because I don't need a short rest, so I should do the same.
So can
I
one
have
of you?
taken my...
Can one of you, either Flabbergast or Abraxas, probably Abraxas, I don't care, Abraxas or Flabbergast, do an investigation check with advantage.
I'll do it.
All right. Stupid fleshlings needing to rest.
With advantage, that's 21.
Lovely. Now I believe we should be okay with Hannah now. On your 21, yay, we have a Hannah back. On your 21, there's more and more presence of these small sulfuric ash piles that are left from the demonic imps that you've just fought. The child has my paper. Around the doorway, there's quite heavy footprints of several varying weights of person or creature or humanoid. They appear to be bipedal, whatever they're wearing. There are footprints, like barefoot, not booted, but there seems to be a mixture of. The area itself, the more you look around, you see similarities to conjuration circles that you may have, you're from the College of Law, so you are well versed in reading a fair amount of books and learning about, old stuff, powerful stuff that just catches your eye. And you can see elements of broken glyph circles spread about near about the bottom of the tower and further off into the areas where you guys have been potting around. The only thing that seems to not be touched by the sulfuric ash or have these broken conjuration circles around it is the water. The stream, the little stream itself that runs in and around the tower and back into the woodland, crystal clear, fresh and twinkly like Snow White herself is walking past.
Job contract never said anything about no imps. It just says some cultists.
Cultists of demonic source, maybe? I don't know.
I'm going to gather up some nice fresh water and have a drink. It's warm. You can sit down, have a nice glass of
It is very fresh and very cooling and lovely to drink. Can you give me a wisdom save?
Oh,
Abraxas.
Constitution save.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you want?
I
Did you want
need
something?
Flabbergast to do a wisdom save, please. Remember,
Oh,
you're a
no.
gnome, so you're at advantage.
Super wise.
I don't make advantage because the first was a 4, the second is significant. So that is 20.
Cool. It is a very refreshing, ice-cold, freshwater drink from a lovely forest stream.
Braxis is going to use the mess tin from his explorer pack, which looks like it's never been used ever, and use it to gather up some of this demonic sulfur ash and stow it back into the small backpack satchel that hangs around him.
Fair enough. You now have a pound of sulfuric ash. Anybody else?
No,
I'm just gonna recover.
the others probably.
So your hour passes and you've had your short rest. So those of you that use your hit dice, make note. Flabbergast and Abraxas, I don't believe you did, so you haven't had a short rest.
No,
An hour
That's
has
correct.
passed. There has been no change or appearance of anything in the area you are in. No sound has changed. You can still hear the trickling of the stream, but there's no animal life that you can hear or see.
Can I make a Arcana check at the stream at the end of the rest, just to see if I detect any traces of magic or tampering or anything that suggests it's not entirely natural?
Go for it.
$19.
The only thing that stands out about it is it appears to be a perfect scene. So if you were to ask somebody to paint a beautiful stream in a forested area with a wonderful light grey stone tower around it, it'd be picture perfect, which is odd to you in an arcane way.
Oh, something about this stream doesn't sit right. It's odd. Might be best not to drink from there, Flabbergast.
We already had something very nice. Not a problem. Lovely. Really refreshing.
All right. But if no one's got any objections, I think there's some cultists we need to clear out so we can get paid.
Abraxas is already going towards the tower at that point.
I'm with the big guy.
Let's
Follow Abraxas.
As you approach the tower,
As I'm heading towards Abraxas, I will summon my Hexblade back into existence.
cool, you're now armed with your blackened steel longsword. And Abraxas, you take point, head up to the door. When you get there, there is a very large wooden door in this alcoved area of the brickwork. It is slightly bigger than your standard doors that you've come across just in average buildings. So whereas you'd probably come close to bobbing your head down maybe, you feel you can walk through this doorway with no dipping down or turning sideways.
Alright.
The handle is just a steel ring bolted to the door.
Sweet. Abraxas is just going to walk up and open the door.
Whoa. I will yell at him before he does.
So the stone hand stops with its fingers around the clasp.
Don't move a second.
Nobody move. There's a claymore.
I will look for traps.
The Warforged,
Cool.
The Warforged
Give me
blank face.
An
looks
investigation
It's
check.
really.
Yes,
Yeah,
Abraxas,
You'll
really.
thank me before you blow your goddamn arm off.
Abraxas does not look like it is particularly bothered.
11. You're probably gonna blow your damn arm off.
There are no traps on this door.
All right, looks good to me. Crack on.
It takes a deliberate moment to pause, look at the door frame, knock on the door ever so gently, and then push it open, quite clearly taking
So
the
you
piss.
knock, and as you push, the door doesn't budge. Not it stands against your weight. It doesn't budge.
It like lowers its arms and takes a step back, eyeing up the door. Then it will attempt to just put the boot in and kick the door inwards.
Give me a strength check.
Hey, Venfear, we might need you up here in a second.
What's the problem?
25, sorry.
Hold that thought.
Cool. So as you lay into it with your big, heavy, metallic and wooden boots, feet, etc., you hear a real heavy, dull thud against the wood. It doesn't even bend. The wood doesn't splinter. The door doesn't break. And can you give me a Constitution save, please, as you are propelled back, similar to when Thunderwave went off?
17.
Cool. You take 4 points of force damage as you are thrown back, but you sort of, as you get propelled back, your feet manage to find themselves under you before you are knocked prone, and a 300-foot thunder boom goes off, and there is a shimmer of red, like real inky red, shimmers across the door, where after you boot in it, and then disappears again.
Abraxas does the proper superhero thing of like digging its heels in as it gets blown back.
Venfear,
Anime.
I think we've lost. Oh, she's there.
Nah, I'm still here, don't worry.
You get any way of looking at traps and locks from distance, or do you have to be close?
I need to be close more than anything. I could try and main hand it and see if I can unlock it from
I may have.
I can't guarantee anything.
When I said this door wasn't trapped, I may not have been entirely correct on that one. My bad there, big guy. Yeah, it looks like something's rigged on this door. Is there anything you can have a look at?
Can I check the traps, please, Jim?
I'm
You
going to
can
stand
indeed.
20 foot back.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, that was much better. What's my proficiency?
So what's the score?
Sorry, what was I rolling for?
An investigation check.
That'll be a 21 then, please.
Cool. There is a trap on the door. It is of magical nature. You can see the glyphs now just in the seam where the door meets the stone. And of the glyphs, you see 4 of them. 3 of them have a red outline, like they've been made with red felt tip. The 4th one is just like it's scratched into the stone, like it's been expelled. You cannot see a way that you, with your thief-picking tools, could disarm this, as it is a magical arcane trap, not a mechanical trap.
No problem. Do I recognise the runes at all?
They are arcane in nature. That's all you know. Do you have the spell Thunderwave?
No.
Cool. You do not recognise the glyphs.
Okay. I turn to the party and like, right, there seems to be some form of runes on this, so it is locked in a magical enchantment. I have no idea what these runes say, but all I would advise is don't get overly close. But if you do want to have a look, go for it.
How many runes were there?
No idea what the runes were. They were just runes.
How many were there?
I think there were 4. 3 seemed to be almost like red in nature.
Went before.
What? What about the fourth one? I have no idea. It's just there.
The
It
two
doesn't
were
seem to
red.
be outlined.
What colour was the other one?
Oh, I can't remember. All that I know is that at least 3 of them were red. Cool, thanks. It's just scratched it and just have a look at it. Like, you have your own eyes.
I do, but I could just use yours. Right.
Rude.
I'm going to have a bit of a look.
Cool. You can see the 4 glyphs as Venver points them out to you. There are 3 red coloured glyphs, and one looks like it's etched in stone. Give me an Arcana check. I can't hear you.
25.
Cool. Those glyphs are the exact same symbology that you were shown when you first learned how to do Thunderwave. There are 3 Thunderwave glyphs sat on the edge of this doorway.
Just underway. There's only 3 of them. It's no problem.
Well, you can disarm it there, Flabbergast.
There's a couple of ways you could do it. You could either get a little living and thread it to Thunderwave, go off.
Or asking, can you do it?
Set one off. It's not like they don't know we're here.
I know, just say we can just get a little light thing to it and then so the others are out.
Stand back. I've got an idea.
So Flabbergast stands back. What do you do?
I look for either a piece of broken masonry or broken stone or a piece of debris on the floor. Specifically 3 pieces of debris.
There is enough X, Y, and Z on the floor for you to pick up stones.
I will
etc.
throw sequentially 1, 2, 3 stones at the door.
Sequentially, the stones hit the door 1, 2, 3, and nothing happens.
I'm out of ideas.
That's why I said it needed to be alive.
Abraxas will start walking towards the door again.
Brace, boys, girls.
So, go on.
Can I see how high up is that window in the tower?
You saw it on your way in from a couple of hours away, so you can guess that it's like, if there is a thing such as a top room, it's the top room. There are no other windows nearby. And from where you're standing now, looking up, it looks about 80 feet, maybe 100. All right, Lucy, chill out, love. It looks about 100 feet up, maybe 80.
Okay.
You can't really guess.
Okay, cool, thanks.
AD, so looking at these glyphs, do I think there's a simple way to change the sort of working?
So you've seen people attempt to disarm glyphs before by just scratching them out, but more often than not, it sets them off. A dispel's worked in the past when you've seen more powerful mages using a dispel glyph. That'll get rid of them. Or killing the caster.
Okay, cool. I'm going to let Abraxas carry on walking to the door and make sure I'm out of range.
So Abraxas, you step up to the door. I'm assuming, are you just going to set them all off?
More or less. Well, first of all, I'm going to try something. I'm going to take one of my hand axes off its belt, imbue its frame with its yellow runes, and try and hit it with empowered by a rage, and trying to hit it with radiant energy, seeing if that does anything.
You're gonna rage out and then use your radiant energy to smash the door.
Yes, that is the idea.
Cool. Give me an attack roll.
Sure thing. 24.
Cool, that hits. Now give me a Constitution save. The DC is very high, my friend.
Oh no. No, I rolled a 2, so I rolled a 7 altogether.
So, as you slam the door with your holy radiant hand axe, the door explodes into splinters of wood. As soon as you slam that axe into it, live streaming's amazing. As soon as you slam that axe into the door, and the door explodes in millions and millions of splinters, you hear a high-pitched wail. Venver, you hear it in Infernal. I'm going to eat the child. You hear it in Infernal. And
sorry, I hear in Infernal that they're going to eat the child.
They're going to eat the child. You hear a high-pitched infernal scream, which is just one of agony and anguish. You can hear tongues going on, similar to like baby talk. Awesome. And then the door explodes, and Abraxas is flung 60 feet back, skids on his back across the ground, takes 2 seconds loose.
A stupid amount of damage.
You take 10 points of necrotic damage, and you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you are forced back.
Is that bludgeoning is negated by rage, right?
Yeah, you can rage that bludgeoning.
Jesus Christ.
Still take 15 damage.
There is now a doorway, no door.
And Abraxas looks like the vines have withered something fierce after being hit with necrotic damage, and the stone has a lot of fractures in it.
Oh dear. Oh, well, at least the door's open now. Let's go.
Wow.
Abraxas, probably for the first time, makes a noise that sounds like two stones grinding together, which you can attribute to probably being a groan or some kind of like noise of pain.
Don't worry, Abraxas. What do we do? When we get in there, we'll find out all the stuff. If we need to, I'll make you better in a bit. What do you so much, you see?
Who goes first?
I'm going to go and look and see if that's all of the runes now gone.
Yeah, so what you will have seen when the door exploded is those 3 runes superheat and then vanish.
Amazing. Which case, I'm going to basically try and sneak up to the door and stick my head in.
Cool. You successfully sneak up to the door. You poke your head in, and inside is a bare stony floor. Well, it's the floor is the forest that you're in, so there's no manufactured floor. You can see like hard packed earth and bits of green where they built around. There's nothing in there. It is roughly 60 feet, the diameter of it, and its circular-esque nature. What you do see straight away across the 60 foot from where you are is the starting of a staircase, and it is stone brickwork that is made, and it starts to go up then above your head as though it's spiral, and you can look up and you can see that this stone case spirals up on the internals of this tower all the way to the top, where it seems to hit a roof that's made out of wood. But that staircase is high, good 70, 80 feet high. But the staircase has no handrail on it, it's just internal to the building.
Outside the others go, oh, the big staircase, we'll go to the top. It's a good staircase. Let's get there, it's got no handles in it.
I would like
limping
to
up to the
stealth,
door.
please.
Say again, Venver.
I would like to stealth, please.
Roll your stealth roll.
$26.
26. The rest are you doing?
Abraxas
I am
gonna
sitting back and watching how this unfolds.
limp up to the tower and sort of force its frame through the doorway if need.
I'm going to start climbing up the stairs, sticking as close to the wall as possible, looking for any slippery bits or traps or anything on the way up.
So what you do notice is the stairway is only four-ish feet across, so you'd have to walk up it in single file. as you're pottering up, you take a few steps and you keep going, and it's slippery in the sense that it doesn't seem to have any way of getting wet. The air is quite dry. There's no moisture on the walls where you put your hands on the stone walls. It looks not a comfortable walk, but it doesn't look a treacherous walk over the first 20-ish feet. And
How
you can just,
light is it in here?
it is lit by something, but there is no visual on what. So you have a bit of a dim light in there. There's no torch going on or anything like that. It's just there's something that has managed to give the inside of this tower a element of light.
Cool.
Rozag, you're not going in. Are you staying outside the tower, or have you just come inside and sat down?
I'll follow if these guys are heading in. I'll follow behind them, but I'll keep a safe-ish distance behind, almost like keeping an eye behind us, make sure nothing's coming in behind us, that sort of thing.
Cool. So Flabbergast, you're leading up the stairs. Abraxas, are you leading behind Flabbergast, or walking behind?
I will likely be towards the rear of the group, being as injured as the Warforged is.
So what is the marching order up the stairs of those going up? Flabbergast?
Yep.
Then Venver, are you on the staircase?
Yep, with my bow and arrow out.
Cool. You can't hide on the staircase. You can walk quietly if that's what your stealthing is, but there's no hiding places on this staircase.
Walk quietly, please.
Cool. So that is Venver. Rozag, did you go up with him? Sorry to ask again.
I'm basically staying probably 20 feet behind whoever the third person in the chain is, and just kind of keeping a look over our shoulder and kind of taking up the rear position, making
So,
sure
Abraxas, you're at the back of
nothing's behind.
You're the third person, correct?
So I'm about 15 foot behind Abraxas then, just like keeping an ear out and keeping like I've got really good dark vision, 120 foot devil's sight, so I'll just keep an eye out like behind us and stuff, just make sure nothing's snooping in the shadows or coming in the tower behind.
Cool. So you
Yeah, Braxis is looking a bit dented.
I don't look great, to be fair.
disciplining the child on the fly. So
Oh.
you start walking up. You all quickly recognise that it is about an 80-foot trek upwards on these stone stairs. There is nothing, so the stone is on your right hand, so the stone wall is your right hand side. There is nothing but air on your left. So if you were to fall off, you're falling however far you've walked up. You get halfway up, unless you stop me, so you're 40 feet up, and you can feel now there is a thickness in the air, and there's a acidic taste on your tongue, not quite sulphur, there's just something that doesn't taste nice in the air, and the air is quite thick, and it's not making you not breathe. You're just, every breath you can feel that there's something within the air. You do.
I wish I had love.
Before I carry on up, I'm gonna get a piece of material, basically tie it around my face in the improvised face mask, and then carry on.
Way. You carry
Can
on.
I please do an Arcana check?
You can.
Yeah, no, that's like an 8.
Cool. So you reach out. You kind of stick your tongue out a little bit and taste the air. You can't pinpoint any magical menacing. You do another 20 feet. So Flabbergast, you are 60 feet up. And then obviously the rest of you in your increments down. I have assumed, Rozag, you have remained that 15 feet behind you.
That's right, yeah.
I am still continuing to check for traps and everything on the way up.
Cool, give me an investigation check, Flabbergast. And Rozag, give me a perception check.
Right, you've got 5 minutes anyway.
Perception is a 18.
She's not doing anything.
Where? 18 on your perception. And what was your investigation, Flabbergast? Yeah, I can't hear you, Flabbergast.
It was 10.
Cool. No traps. And 18 on your perception, Rozag. You can
18, yeah.
You can see. 2 seconds. So your devil sight is just not impeded by magical darkness, correct?
Yeah, I've got 120 foot of dark vision that can't be magically reduced.
Cool. You look up and you can see on the ceiling movement, but you can't. It's like the wood itself is rippling. Yep.
Braxis.
It turns its head to look towards you.
And I'll point it out to you. What'd you make of this?
It'll look up. Does it look? Does it ring any bells? Look
Give
like
me,
anything? Or
give
just
me a. What would that be? Give me a wisdom check.
Nature?
A wisdom. No,
Wisdom.
not for this, mate. Wisdom check.
I got an 18.
Cool. Something sparks in your memory of a time before what the others see before them now, when the wood was coming together in your being. It had that same warped ripple effect that the floor or ceiling above you is now doing, and it just sparks a bit of a deja vu moment for you.
The runes across Abraxas's body ever so faintly glow crimson and then fade back to not being present as it looks up, then reaches one of its stone fists and touches one of the branches of vine that sort of stick out more aggressively from its body rather than one of the ones that's tucked away. It taps the vine on its body and then points up at the wood. And then continues up the stairs.
I will follow almost back to back with the Braxis, keeping an eye on the ceiling. I'll keep checking behind me, but I'll make a point of checking the ceiling as well.
Cool. So you are now 20 feet, Flabbergast, from where the stairs hit a open like trapdoor in the ceiling. You can hear from where you are noises of metal being hit, voices muttering language you don't understand. In fact, none of you understand it. Yeah.
If the stairs haven't got any more tricky or anything, and I can hear these voices, I'm probably just going to run up the last little bit.
You're going to run up the last 20 feet and into the room, or?
Yes. Yeah, I don't want to get caught on the top of the stairs.
Cool. So Flabbergast bolts off, runs his 25 feet into and disappears up that trapdoor. You run into a room, Flabbergast, that is about. You haven't really noticed it as you've been going up, but there's a slight narrowation. There's a word of the tower as it's gone up. So the room you are in now is about 40 feet, across, circular, or as best they can do with the tip of the tower. In there are 3 humanoid entities in robes, hoods pulled up. The robes seem to be made of a fleshy leather type substance. All 3 of them have these weird looking daggers in their hands, and the one at the front has got a dagger in one hand and a small blacksmithing hammer in the other. On a thick wooden table in front of them, there is something that looks remarkably like Abraxas. It's not as bulky, it's more slimlined, but you can see the wood and the plates of metal and where the vines and twine have been used to put it together. There is a humanoid shape looking very similar to Abraxas. All three of them are humming something. With it elsewhere in the room, there are bits of furniture. You can interrupt when I've done the monologue. there are bits of there are bits of furniture, but they are small tables and stools. They don't look like they've been used in years. And flying above in the ceiling area, there is a serpent-like creature with two horns coming out of the front head and bat-like wings, and it is flying around them three and this.
Would be an Abraxas not see this being at the back?
No, because Flabbergast ran ahead through the trapdoor. So
I'm with you.
So Venver, Abraxas, and Rozag, you are currently on the stairs.
I see
hang on.
Flabbergast.
Flabbergast. The two at the back turn and see you. The serpent creature in the sky, its eyes focus on you, and I will need you all to roll initiative from where you are standing.
Oh.
5.
We can now see Steve's keyboard.
20 non-natural.
12.
Steve?
8.
How many, Steve?
16, 1 6.
So the 20 was Rozag.
Yep.
The 16 was Abraxas.
Sorry, no, I got a 12.
Oh, sorry.
16 was me, AD.
16 was you. And Venver, you got... What did you get, sorry?
5.
5. Cool. So, they turn and two of them shout in Infernal. Yep, another soul. They just shout another soul. You hear that, Venver, and are now very aware that something's going up. There is a screech and a hissing screech from some sort of creature that the three of you can't see. Flabbergast, you see it come from the serpent. And before we engage in a battle, I'm going to end it there. Because it's 6 minutes to 2.
God damn it.
So, well done, kids. Cameras were lovely in and out this week, but audio wasn't too bad. Thank you for the people that watched. If you're still watching, fair play. Thank you for the hosts. Niall is still watching. Thank you very much, Niall. Don't worry.
Thank you very much, folks.
Thanks for the host,
Thank you.
Rob. If
Yes,
you're
thank
still
you.
about, this will go up on YouTube. I've somehow managed. Oh, someone left the call.
A wild Steve has escaped.
Stephen.
Ah, Steve left the call, and it has now caused my stream to go mental. So now you can see a lovely Emma Cross Venver and Dungeon Master. We'll sort that out. Thank you very much for watching. See you all later, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Love you all. Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Right, kids. That's done. So that wasn't too bad. That was pretty good. Yeah, it just